how do I lock my interest rate? That is up to you. So, what you're going to do is you're going to contact your loan officer. For my clients, I actually contact them and let them know what the current rates are. And before we're even going under contract, I'm usually looking for a specific interest rate or price. Now, again, there's two different things we look at when we're looking at rates. We're looking at the interest rate itself, but we're also looking at the cost for that interest rate. We're going to go into and dive into that when we're talking about points, but just know that we're looking at two things. We're looking at the rate, we're looking at the price. And then what I do is I let my borrowers know, hey, this is what interest rate would be, and this is what the cost would be if we locked it in today. Then you're going to let your loan officer know whether or not you like that option or not, or if you want to do something called floating the interest rate. Floating the interest rate is okay in a market where you think that the rates are going to go down. My suggestion is once you get that loan estimate or once you take a look and you're talking with your loan officer and you come up with a payment that you're really comfortable with, that it works, everything is great, lock that rate in. Okay. You don't want any surprises. My advice is to lock it in if everything makes sense. Because again, if you watched the last video about interest rates, going from 7% to 6.8 to 5 is not going to be that big of a deal because it's not going to be that much of a savings in your payment over, unless you're going to keep the loan for 30 years. My advice is lock in where you're comfortable. If the payment works, unpack cost works, lock it in. Okay. There are terms that you can lock it in for. We can usually lock rates for 30, 45, 60, and 120 days. Now, the longer you're locking your rate for, the more costly it's going to be, or the higher the interest rate it could be. So if you need a long time to close your loan, that could cost you. Okay. And a lot can happen in those 3 months. So you want to talk to your professional. You want to get professional advice from your loan officer about what they suggest. Take that into account before you make the decision on whether you're going to lock your loan or not. Now, if you're looking to close within 30 days, that's going to be your cheapest. Okay. And so if you're looking to close really fast, lock that rate in. Again, like I said, if as long as that payment's comfortable for you, as long as you can handle that payment, as long as you can handle the out-of-pocket cost, lock the rate in. Because you don't want any surprises, because if the rates go up, you can't go backwards. And the worst thing is to lock your rate at a higher interest rate because you waited a week or two to lock, and now you don't qualify for the mortgage. That's a travesty. Okay. Your loan officer shouldn't allow that to happen. But again, whether or not to lock is not their decision. It's your decision. So in order to lock your rate, you have to have the conversation with your mortgage rep, figure out what the sweet spot's going to be, take in the expert advice, and make the decision to lock your rate. Let them know. They send out the request. You'll get a new updated loan estimate, and it'll say locked in the upper right-hand corner. Again, if you have additional questions about this topic, feel free to put them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.